Hey guys, so welcome to another video. In this video, I'll be teaching the door and windows too. Yes, I'll be taking them together. I want to actually get how to actually use them because they are both similar. So first of all, let's start with the door tool. Okay, by the time I click on the door, you can actually see on the information box layer is there, the element layer is there. The anchor point. This anchor point actually means that okay, well, if you want to draw the window, you can see that my origin is at the center of the door. Yeah, you can see placing origin is at the center of the door. This other one, anchor point by the side, you can see now the origin is at the side, my right hand side. If I click on the other one, I think it will be on the left hand side. So that is just the difference between the anchor points. But I like working with the center point. Yes, I just like working with the center point. So the next is the size of the door. This is where you can edit the width. Maybe I can change the door to be 1.2 wide, and you can see the door width have increased. And this is also the height of the door. We usually use 2.1. Some people can use 2.4. So this is where you can easily change the height of the door to any size you want. And this is the door seal. This door seal, okay, I will explain it to you when I place the door. And this is the center of the door. You can see the door is kind of be on the edge. Okay, if I place it, you can see this on the edge. So this simply means that I can actually change the reference to the center. Let me just type 50 and this will go here. You can see that is got to the center. So this for this flip, I can just flip the door in and out. That is just what the flip is. And for this marker, this will be for a different video. This is when you want to do your doors and windows schedule. Okay, your door tag. That's it. So for the floor plan section, this is where you can edit the 2D graphics of the door. You can see my line is showing orange. I can I can easily say, okay, I want the symbol to be black, and it did not change to black. I think that is for the, let's check what is that. The symbol line override. Okay, let's override and see if the override will be the one that will change to black. Okay, does did not change to black. Did not change to black. Okay, maybe there are other places we can change this. So let me just click this and see. Okay, that changed to black and see. I have to check the override before it was able to change to black. So that is just, if you want to change the color of the door, that is where you can easily change it under the floor plan and section. For this, we don't use this. This is also for the door tag when you want to do your windows and window schedule. So that is it. But let me change it back to 900. Okay. So if I go to my 3D, I will, I go to my 3D, I will see, okay, this is it. And for that, for that place that is showing 100 that I say I will show you later, this for the seal. I want the seal height to be 0. So let's see what happens. Okay, now it has reduced to 0. Or some people can decide to take it back to 100 or have a seal height, but I prefer using 0. Okay, okay. So let's go back, and for this door, I prefer, let me click on my door. I prefer the door to click inside. So I will click on the door tool. I'll click on the position I want to draw it on my wall. Then I click on it and I will open it inside. Okay. Let me reduce it to 900 and the 2.1 and the 0. Okay. So I will drag instead of stretching it, because if I stretch it, it will okay nice out of the size. So instead of that, I will drag it okay to the edge I want it to be. Then I will do away with this. So let me say I want to draw on, let me take it back to 900 to 1. So I want it to open inside, or let me say I want it to open outside. So I'll click and I will take my hand outside. You can equally take your hand this side, but I prefer to take my hand outside because I want my door to open out. Okay. So that is it for the door. So you can decide to do some designs on the door. because as you can see, this is what the door is right now. So when I click on the door, I can easily just click on my setting dialog. This is where I see a lot of door design that I can use. Different doors design. Let me click on this and click on OK. You can see the design has changed. Okay. I can click on this and see design has equally changed. So what we usually do is that if we want to put a particular design on the wall, we can just click on the door, we come to setting and then pick the particular design we want to use. Yeah, let me say this, and then before we draw, take note of the size you want to use, the seal height to 0, and at the end of the day, I click on it inside. So when I open, I can just easily check what I've done. And this is the door I've used. I can say, okay, let me increase the height to 2.7. Okay, now this is it. 2.7, the glass door. So that is it. So we can decide to edit a lot of things about the door. Let me say I want to edit this door and use the leaf. Okay, okay, this is positioning. This is where you can also edit the size of the door, the recess for this particular leaf. And then let me use 50. Okay, and see to move to the middle. Okay, now that is it. So this is where you can choose different leaf. I think under the each door setting, this is where you can choose different leaf about the doors, different designs you can pick from. Let's just pick one of these design. This is where you can set the handle of the door. Then if you move further, this is where you can set the frame width, size of the frame. Okay, this is also for the side opening. You can decide to open the door and let me say 3D opening of 60 degree, and let me say 2D opening of maybe also 60 degree. And let's see. We now open the door. The door is now open. As you can see, the door is open. If I go to my 2D, that same angle is also what is there, 60 degree also in my 2D. So that is it. So let me go back to my settings and see. Override. Okay, I can decide to say, okay, I don't want, because if I go to my 2D, let me, my north elevation, yeah, you can see the 2D line is showing. Let me take this, let me change the setting to, okay, you can see my 2D line, opening line is showing. So I can decide to say, no, I don't want it to show. So I can override and put it off. And you can see it's no longer there anymore. So that is it. Uh, okay, this is where I can change the color of the door. Maybe I don't want it to be a wooden door and I want to change the color. I can set to click here so that whenever I change one, it will affect the other ones. So like I say, I want it to be a metal iron door. Immediately it has affected both the leaf, the frame, and every other thing about the door. And when I go to my 3D, it has changed. Okay, it has changed to a metal door. So let me click on the setting and still move on to more settings about the door. Okay, you can see there are different styles you can pick from. Let's explore them. Yeah, these are different styles you can pick from. That will show here. Let's see. Okay. So these are just basic design about the door too. If we explore more, I see we have different other see door threshold, casing. Yeah, the casing is on, and if you put off the casing, we see where the casing was just inside. Okay, outside, inside. You put on the, let's see. Okay, now the casing is no longer there. So if we put it on, you can see the casing will come back. You can equally increase the size of the casing depending on how you want your door design to be. So this is the casing color. You can equally change it back to the same metal. Okay, now it has changed to the same metal. So you can give it a different color if you wish to, like a white, and see. Yeah, that is it. The inside and outside is a white color. So till we exhaust our settings, these are what we'll be having. Okay, I think this is where you can change the door frame pen line from the orange to black, or this. These are just basic dimension design you can edit. So these are like description of the door. So this is also like when we override the door line type to black. This is the same thing that's going on here. You can just click, you easily override this and change it to black. You override cut line pen, change it to black. Override at the attributes and it's black as you can see. Everything about the door have changed from orange to black. Okay. You can decide to use any other color of your choice. Unlike this that are still orange, this one now will override it back to black. So if we go to our door settings back, this is the dimension marker if you want to use your door tag like your doors and window schedule, your door schedule. And this is for the more information about the door, which you can equally fill in your door schedule. This for quantity and other stuff. So these are just what you need, basic things you need to know about how to use the door. And there are different styles to pick from, a lot of them. You can come to this empty door, want to create an opening, you can just click on it and you can see the opening is already there. Yeah, without any door. You can come back and maybe say you want to pick a garage door is also there. Okay, garage door is also there. Rotating door is there, sliding door is there, just any design. You can just on your own free time you can explore this. So these are just the basic things you need to understand about doors. So please, if you enjoyed this video, stick just like, subscribe, and share this video. Meanwhile, let's move on to the window 2. Thank you.